I don't know what I'm going to title this video yet, but it's probably going to be something along the lines of Cole Carrigan is Diet Jeffree Star, or like Jeffree Star Light, or sugar-free, I don't know, something like that, because at this point, I think it's incredibly safe to say that. I think making that assertion is totally in the clear. Like Cole, I am totally a beauty YouTuber, but have never made a successful beauty video that has stood up on its own without utilizing someone else's fan base or creating drama. Carrigan is essentially what Jeffree Star would be if he was younger, and, you know, worse at networking with people, and better at Facetune, and less successful in every other arena. The parallels truly are uncanny, and it's a lot. I mean, both of them enjoy using racial slurs at a moment's notice. Both of them think that flexing wealth equates to being confident and that money buys happiness. And both of them like throwing out allegations that they refuse to back up with any evidence or go to the police with. You know, just casual fun things to do when your entire job is to make videos putting makeup on your face on YouTube.com. I mean, let's be real. Their jobs is to put makeup on their face. But I just casually listed off 3 other things that they do that aren't that. So that's weird. Honestly, with how similar these two are, it straight up feels like Jeffree is the older sibling who was able to make it big in the big city and he made a name for himself. And Cole is just his like younger brother who wants to be just like him. Only instead of him trying to replicate any of the positive attributes, he just decides he's going to speedrun every single scandal Jeffree has ever gotten into and do it in the dumbest way possible. Is it a smart move? No, absolutely not. But is Cole Carrigan doing it? Yes. So there's that. But before I stomp my high heels down on the scrotum that is this video, I do want to quickly talk about a video I made last year of a similar title, that being Social Repose is Diet Onision, which is a video in which I pettily talked about Social Repose, aka Richie, because he made a video saying it was the whole thing. Fun fact, after I made that video, I was notified that Richie actually went live on his Twitch to respond to it. Being a toxic little field mouse that I am, I said, alright, let's go. This guy wants to fight me, we want to get into the octagon, let's do this, I'm prepared. But what I didn't expect is to actually understand where he was coming from with his response, hear his side, and then walk away feeling like I understood a little bit more about him. I totally didn't think that was going to happen. Again, toxic little field mouse over here. I was like, we're fighting, and he was like, no. Am I about to set off on a lifelong friendship with the guy? No. But after we talked a bit and he told me to stop calling him my dude, which I simply could not do because I'm from California and I'm also obnoxious, I realized that I hadn't been super fair to him, and that's not cool. I still have my criticisms of the guy, but is he Diet Onision? No, because you literally cannot be Diet Onision. Actually, sorry, you can be, seeing as Diet Onision is Kai, I think. That's who's Diet Onision. But just because someone infamously cheated on their exes and then responded terribly to that doesn't equate to being the hot garbage fire that Onision and his husband have become. So I wanted to take this moment to say that, hey, I was wrong there and take ownership of that. No one was hounding me to do that, no one was crawling up my butt for that, but I felt like it was important to acknowledge something that I feel like I got wrong. And because I have learned from that mistake, believe me, I made sure to double, triple, and quadruple check this time that all you are getting for Christmas is Cole Carrigan is Diet Jeffree Star. So let's talk about that. Hey guys, it's Shannon, and for those of you who aren't aware, Kanye West has been in the news recently, the way he seems to be every couple of months. And I know you're wondering why, Shannon, in a video about Cole, my favorite Taylor Swift song is Cardigan, am I talking about Kanye West? And the reason is quite simple, my dude. I'm talking about Kanye because of a little thing called homophobia. If anyone tries to tell you that Kanye West isn't in the press right now for homophobic reasons, they are most likely lying to you in order to feel less bad about delighting in the apparent outing of a man, because they don't want to feel like they themselves are homophobic, even though they're mocking a man for potentially being queer. They're making fun of a guy for potentially being gay, and that's apparently a joke to people. So there's that. You see, the media has been reporting that Kanye West and his wife of multiple years, Kim Kardashian, have been on the brink of divorce for essentially their entire marriage. Since Kanye put the rock onto Kimberly's hand, journalists like the Queen of Lying Shawn Lester have been stating that they were doing this solely for attention, that they aren't really together, and that the whole marriage is a sham, and Kim is probably gonna leave the moment things get tough. And when Kanye has had very public meltdowns due to his mental health and his struggles with that, the media has kicked those rumors into overdrive, with him infamously tweeting that his mother-in-law is in fact the North Korean dictator. Was it funny? Sure. But was it also a man going through an incredibly difficult time and lashing out at the people around him who were trying to keep him grounded? Also, yes. So did I find it to be very sporting when people were mocking it online? Not really. No. Over the past couple months, tabloids like People and The Sun have been reporting on the idea that Kim and Kanye are divorcing, that their entire love lives are in shambles, and more importantly, that it's only occurring because Kanye West is having sexual relationships with men, and that was the crux of all the issues in their marriage. Rumors have been spreading like lice in a kindergarten class that the reason why Kim and Kanye are going through such a hard time is because Kanye West is secretly romantically interested in men and has been carrying on secret affairs with people like Jeffree Star for months privately, and it's gotten to their breaking point. Jeffree has moved to Wyoming to be closer to Kanye. All of this is happening in front of everyone, and oh my god, it's so shocking, but no, it's not. And let's all laugh at the guy who everyone thought was straight, but now is apparently queer. Now, despite Jeffree Star himself acting shocked and appalled to these claims and behaving like he had no idea that these rumors were going around, and who would do this? It's pretty clear to see if you look at his past statements about this issue that he has been telling people this for a while. I mean, we have his old lyrics where he literally talks about him and Kanye West being intimate. We have his old page on anyoneUp.com, the revenge porn site, where he would chronicle how many quote, straight men he would have hooked up with, most of them being in the music industry, and most of them he would later admit to being lies because he's a liar. And we have the multiple other times he has told the story about how he hooked up with men in the industry who have threatened to kill him if they talked about it, if he outed them. Jeffree has, for his entire career, been making claims about the supposedly very rich, very wealthy, very powerful straight men he has bedded, and how many straight-facing men want to have sex with him privately, then go home to their wives and kids. Jeffree has been cultivating these rumors now for years, telling people that this basketball player and then this celebrity slid into his DMs, when it's most likely that didn't happen, and he once again is just lying to seem important. And for some reason, I don't know why, seemingly no one seemed to have a problem with Jeffree taking delight, taking joy out of outing secretly gay men, as if they shouldn't be allowed to come to terms with that themselves. It's not as if there isn't an incredibly homophobic portion of the world, and that multiple gay men and women who have been outed have talked about how it's both ruined their career prospects and their lives. So much so that even when Ellen DeGeneres made the concerted effort to come out and be her authentic self, when she was beloved by the industry and her own fans, she was blacklisted for that for a large portion of time. Even when she acknowledged and took part and said, I'm going to come out, she was still blacklisted. But it wasn't just her. Laura Dern, who played a love interest for Ellen, wasn't able to get work for an entire year afterwards, and was essentially blacklisted because people had the idea that she was gay. She wasn't, but people wouldn't work with her because they thought simply she was gay, and they were homophobic, and they didn't want anything to do with a potentially gay actress. But sure, outing gay men and women without their consent doesn't have an effect on anyone. Not their career opportunities, not their livelihoods, not their ability to take care of people. No. It's not like there's real world consequences, not to mention the mental health toll it would take on these people who have probably been fighting with being their authentic selves for a very long time now. It's not like the men and women being outed wouldn't want to make the decision for themselves. Of course not. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? They lose their careers and their lives because the people around them don't accept them, and then they have to deal with the fact that the world has rejected them. That's not that bad. I mean, it's the same reason why people professionally keep their sexual orientation private, because they feel like it would get in the way of their business because people are, homophobic, but that's fine. Outing gay men and women, fun fact, in case you couldn't tell by my tone, is incredibly homophobic, even if it's being done by a gay man, like say Jeffree Star or Perez Hilton, who made his entire mediocre empire off of doing just that. Now, because Jeffree has been telling people for years that this is a thing that totally has been happening and implying that he's having all these secret celebrity trysts for about as long as you guys have been alive, it's not a surprise when the girl who got famous on TikTok for licking a toilet seat turned around and said, hey guys, this is a thing I heard. And it's totally happening in regards to Kanye West and Jeffree Star. Are we surprised that Toilet Seat Girl is the one to popularize this? I'm surprised people are watching her, but sure. But because Cold Carrot Head's entire personality is Walmart Jeffree Star, he decided that he was going to add further speculation and rumor about this man's sexuality, and make up a story that he had been approached by Kanye's team to have a secret sexual rendezvous with Kanye West. Because, of course he did. That makes sense with Cole's fantasy. While Jeffree made a couple of videos laughing at the story, stating it was silly despite the fact that he's been talking about this shit for years, leading to speculation, Cole Counterfeit went out of his way to state that, hey guys, hey look at me. Hey guys, I swear, Kanye West, yeah, he tried to have sex with me. Guys, please believe me. Guys, please look, someone look at what I'm doing. Someone acknowledge that I'm here, please. It's me, Cole. Thank you. And guess what happened? Guess what happened to Cole because he literally was spreading false information about a celebrity in order to hurt their ability to make money, which he literally admitted to in his apology? If you guessed he was sent a cease and desist from the Kardashian West lawyers, you'd be right. By the way, he said he did it because he knew Kanye was going to vote for Trump, but Kanye voted for Kanye. Kanye fucking ran for president. Why are you lying? You're either dumb or you're dumb, Cole. Pick a struggle. But okay, that's just Kanye West's thing. That's just taking pride in supposedly outing gay men and hurting their careers and being homophobic as a gay person. So what has Cole Cable Car done that makes him Diet Jeffree Star? What else could there possibly be? Now this goes without saying, but Jeffree Star is the biggest social climber on YouTube. I can already hear his fans ferociously telling me to jump off a cliff in the comments, but I am not even close to being wrong. Despite what he has said about Manny MUA, who seems like nothing but a loving and genuine person, Jeffree himself has pinball between friends based off nothing but who he can profit off more of, and who has more to offer him. He started YouTube with Jay Kissa, then immediately went on to Manny MUA, Nikita Dragon, and Laura Lee, who, when he started beauty on YouTube, were miles ahead of him in terms of subscribers. Then he tried it with Naked Tutorials, only to turn around and directly threaten her to not talk about him because he was like, I have information on you that you would rather not want out, which, you know, is what rational people do. Didn't make him look good when it came out that someone was blackmailing her, but that's neither here nor there. Then he famously went after the white whales of YouTube, that being the two people who were doing best platform-wide, that being James Charles and Shane Dawson. Jeffree has always made it a point to place himself near people who are doing better than him, and use their reputation and goodwill to speak for himself. I mean, I think Tati literally defended him after they collabed by saying she's a good judge of character and everyone should just trust her, he's not a bad person, which is just so ironic at this point, I don't know. And because Cold Caftan is essentially watered down Jeffree Star, he is also known for using people for fame and fortune. See him literally joining Jake Paul's Team 10 house and barely contributing any content at all. Like, this idiot was supposed to be the Team 10 version of James Charles, and he barely made any content for them the entire time, which became a problem, and which is why he got fired because, well, he was literally hired to make videos. So that's lame. But do we care that he misused Jake Paul because Jake Paul is a fucking creep? Not really. But is that all? Of course not. Because I truly would not be upset about someone using Jake, I don't believe COVID is real, the FBI raided my home full of guns, and I employed a child to be mini Jake Paul. I wouldn't be upset if someone was using him. It gets a little fucking murky though when Cole uses alleged victims of sexual assault for clout. So that brings up my next point. Jeffree Star is a gross person. Point blank period. He purposely painted James Charles as a predator, and even though we sit here multiple years later, because of the way he talks about it to this day, there are still people who are alive who believe that he has gotten away with literal crimes. Despite no one coming forward, despite there being no proof worthy of being sent to the police, there is still a pervasive thought that James did what Jeffree accused him of. It seriously doesn't help that the YouTuber Blair White said the claim was, quote, credible, while also trying to discredit Jeffree. I have no idea why she did that, but alright, she did. That was a poor choice. It's just bad. But then there's Cole, who, without the permission of everyone who was allegedly involved and had been victimized in the situation, claimed that Austin McBroom, the human equivalent of an expired douchebag, had sexually assaulted multiple women, and that multiple people were being paid off in order to not talk about it, including Keemstar. Cole decided that he needed to be the voice of these women, despite the women themselves not wanting anything to do with this. He decided he needed to expose what had happened without these women's consent, and pressured them into coming forward. It was later shown that he wanted to do this because he believed that Austin McBroom would pay him not to talk about it, and he allegedly wanted to split the money with these girls in order to do so. And that's why he was so persistent, badgering these girls to do this, because he wanted to get paid out. And even when he did it, he was going directly against the wishes of the girls who were allegedly involved, who should have been in charge of their own narrative. It wasn't as if they had allegedly been sexually assaulted, which leaves you feeling powerless and out of control. It seems totally cool that this male idiot decided to barge in and tell them that he was going to talk about this shit, whether they wanted to or not, and they either got on board or shut up. I am entirely grossed out, truly. This isn't even all of it. There's so much more, like all the racist stuff and just, God, I can't. I feel like I have put more thought and effort into this topic, into Cole, than he has ever had, and that's just kind of stupid. It is so obvious that Cole Carrigan is just an obnoxious guy who, despite being handed a platform and subscribers, has never had the drive or creativity to create something of his own. Does he want all the success and money that comes with being a powerful YouTuber? Does he want the ability to throw anything up on YouTube and make thousands of dollars? Sure, but that's effort, and it's hard, and he can't do that. So instead, he is going to continue to rip off more talented creators. He's going to continue to steal their ideas and hope that someone, somewhere, shouts him out. He is going to continue to be budget Jeffree Star without all the power and accolades that Jeffree Star annoyingly has. And it's just gross, it's lame, and I'm not surprised. I'm really not. So with that, I am going to peace out. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I hope you guys treat yourself kindly, and I will see you in my next video. Later.